Watching one of my favorite franchises ever fall apart definitely hasn't been fun, but at the same time, it's been so good in a way to see people come together and hold their ground against a company, call out a company for the BS that they do and the choices that they make. And with Star Wars, it's been happening for a while, but ever since Gina Carano got fired, it's definitely exploded. As soon as Lucasfilm decided to get rid of her and kick her to the curb, they should have known how much backlash they'd get, and that's not going to stop anytime soon. So many of us stand with Gina Carano. We're so upset to see Cara Dune leave the Mandalorian series, which was a really good series until they decided to make all of these changes, like fire one of the main actresses, and now all of their new social media posts are getting completely ratioed, and they're getting obliterated over their hypocrisy yet again. So I want to reference two articles. The first one is, of course, by Bounding into Comics. Star Wars fans obliterate Disney and Lucasfilm for endorsing Chinese slavery while condemning violence against Asian American Pacific Islanders. And the second article I want to reference is fans assembled to express displeasure against Star Wars YouTube channel. So it says the official Star Wars Facebook account recently posted an image condemning violence against Asian American Pacific Islanders during the Lunar New Year or the Chinese New Year. Fans responded to the post by calling them out for their hypocrisy and double standards, noting they actively support the Chinese government that enslaves our fellow human beings. The Facebook account posted this: "The celebration of the Lunar New Year has been marred by the continued wave of violence against Asian American Pacific Islanders across the United States. We have spent our last week learning and listening to our friends, colleagues, and partners who are most affected. We stand with our AAPI family and want to amplify the voices of organizations that fight for civil rights and stand against hate, Asian Americans advancing justice to stop the hate. Please join us in supporting the important work they're doing in fighting racism." So Star Wars fans in mass were not having it. Every single comment I saw was talking about the brand, Lucasfilm and Disney to task for their cozy relationship with China, as evidenced by the shrinking of John Boyega's Finn on a Chinese poster for The Force Awakens, which is a situation I've talked about many, many times here on the channel, and thanking the Communist Party of Xinjiang, where the Uyghur concentration camps are held in their Mulan movie. Now, why do they think that posting things like this is going to help their image and help them look any better? I just don't understand it. I mean, even with the Black History Month post where they shared the special artwork of Finn, which was a pretty nice artwork, by the way, they were called out for their massive hypocrisy, and that's not just going to stop overnight, if it ever really stops. No one is going to forget about the bad choices they've made. But I want to head over to this second article. Fans assemble to express displeasure against Star Wars YouTube channel. So as first reported by Pirates and Princesses, there's a bit of backlash going on from fans on Disney/Lucasfilm, and its effects are being felt across the videos hosted on the official Star Wars YouTube page. People are voicing their displeasure. They are voicing how upset they are with these companies, and I'm glad, because we don't see this enough. We don't see people coming together enough, voicing their opinions, voicing their concern in a way like this. So it says, previously, we reported on the lackluster performance of the first Star Wars The High Republic episode, hosted by Christina Ariel, which debuted shortly after her tweets denigrating white people, of course, were exposed, and before the events that led to the firing of the former Mandalorian actress Gina Carano. It has been a very eventful past couple of weeks for Lucasfilm. They cannot stay out of hot water right now. Currently, the video sits at nearly 132,000 views and boasts 6.5k thumbs up and 7.5 1.5K downvotes. It says shortly after the premiere of the Star Wars High Republic show, an Oscar Awards featurette featuring Kathleen Kennedy sparked a separate wave of outrage among Star Wars fans, as many believed that her assertion that her in the video was done to help emphasize the importance of such feats by women to be hypocritical, given that her company had just days before fired Gina Carano. It was extremely hypocritical of Kathleen Kennedy. It is just a bad situation overall. We've got hypocritical CEOs and people running companies coming out and making statements like, we support women power, females are great, females deserve to have spots in the, entertainment industry, yet they're firing females that are just very opinionated and voice their opinions on social media. But it says, as such, the video soon received a massive amount of downvotes, at one point possessing 10,000 dislikes to a paltry few hundred thumbs up, and when fans began to fill the comments section of the video with criticism, the Oscars page responded by hiding the recorded featurette and disabling its comments. They ran scared. They did not think that this was going to get so much backlash. They thought that they could post this with Kathleen Kennedy just a couple of days after she fired one of the biggest female stars in Star Wars right now, and they thought that they would get away with it. They thought everything would be fine, and it wasn't. Everyone was calling out the hypocrisy of her statements, and the Oscars just kind of ran hiding. It says now it appears that said displeasure has become laser focused on the Star Wars YouTube page, as not only are recent videos open to massive amounts of, but the comment sections are also being filled with many of the same complaints levied against the previous two videos. There's just a lot of backlash here. There's just a lot of people speaking up and giving their opinions on the current situation that Star Wars is in and that Lucasfilm and Disney have put themselves in. It says in Carano, fans found a strong, independent woman who in her personal life held views very contrary to the mainstream. It says her continued presence on The Mandalorian might have also given some of those fans a sense that even though society might have a completely opposite viewpoint, it didn't mean that there was no place for them in the galaxy far, far away, and Star Wars had become inclusive at that point, as fans of all stripes felt as much a part of that universe as anyone else. And then, of course, when Disney and Lucasfilm fired Gina Carano, it might have reinforced to these fans, that sense of being an outsider. And unfortunately, a lot of people are feeling that way. A lot of people are just feeling very upset with Disney, Lucasfilm, the current state of Star Wars, and just how they're treating actors and actresses. Gina Carano did her interview with Ben Shapiro in the Daily Wire not very long ago, and she came out and said she was not the only one being bullied at that company. They are filled with bullies. The higher ups at the company treat the the less important actors and actresses, we'll call them, as they would call them, like garbage. And that really sucks to hear, because you put a lot of trust into a company, hoping they're going to give you good products, give you good content, yet this is what we get. We get actresses fired for voicing their own opinions on social media, and now a very good show, The Mandalorian, might not be back for season 3, and even if it did really come back for a season 3, I just kind of think a lot of people are over it and a lot of people don't care anymore. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.